First at 4, a teenager faces charges after a woman's body was found in a pickup truck. But this investigation is far from over. And here's Paula.
He lost his home in Fort Myers Beach, Florida, but says he's still being billed by Comcast for cable equipment that floated away in the ocean. We go to work to find a fix.
On 4-1 meteorologist Kim Adams, just within the last 5 minutes, it hit 70 degrees at City Airport, and we're not done with the warm weather. I'll have your forecast in a few minutes.
Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
Good afternoon. I'm Karen Drew. Breaking this afternoon, we have the first criminal charges in that bizarre case of a body found in the back of a pickup truck after a fender bender over in Roseville. 19-year-old Stephen Freeman made a court appearance a short time ago, charged with concealing the death of an individual and receiving and concealing stolen property. Police say he was the driver in that accident that led to the discovery of a body of a 62-year-old woman last Thursday. Now, so far, her cause of death has not been confirmed, although prosecutors said in court she was found with a shoelace around her throat with signs of strangulation. They say the investigation is very much ongoing. Freeman is being held on $75,000 cash bond. We're speaking with prosecutors about what happens next in this investigation when our coverage continues at 5. The mother of Porter Burks is targeting the Detroit Police Department in a $50 million lawsuit that's just been filed. Now, we told you the suit was coming just days after officers killed Burks during a mental health episode last month. Detroit police say they tried to talk him down and begged him to drop the knife he was carrying, but Burks lunged at them and they claim they were forced to shoot. The family's attorney, Jeffrey Feiger, says the evidence shows the officers were not really in danger.
The autopsy report indicates no shots were fired in close range and that he was hit at least 19 times. It's just nonsense that this could occur in a civilized society when so many alternatives were available to the Detroit police officers to prevent this type of tragedy from occurring.
So the suit makes several claims, including gross negligence, assault and battery, and violation of the Disabilities Act. Tonight at 5, you're going to hear why Feiger says the suit isn't just about money, but also pushing DPD to change how it deals with mental health calls. Now, we have reached out to Detroit police for new comment now that lawsuit has been filed. Now, previously, the department has said it took several steps to de-escalate the situation, and it's already investigating every aspect of the shooting to avoid loss of life in the future. Farmington Hills police say it looks like a man was targeted by someone who slashed a tire on his pickup truck and then shot at him. Officers were called to a townhome on Slocum Street just after 8 o'clock this morning. They found the victim on the ground next to his truck. He's in critical condition right now. Police say the suspect was driven off in a gray Ford Fusion with heavily tinted windows and no license plate. So if you can help on this case, perhaps find that car, please call police. All right, by now you've probably heard a huge Powerball jackpot is growing once again. Nobody matched all 6 numbers in Monday night's drawing, so that means the prize is now worth $1.2 billion. It's become the 4th largest jackpot in U.S. history. Huge payouts are becoming more common as we've seen some changes to the game, especially when Powerball added that 3rd weekly drawing back in August of 2021. So your chances of winning are about 1 in 292 million. Well, it looks like we've all won, obviously, with the fall weather sweepstakes. With this bright, sunny fall day, meteorologist Kim Adams is here to take us into the evening with the first forecast and forewarn us that it's gorgeous out there.
It certainly is, and get out there and enjoy it tonight because we have a lot of sunshine. Just right before the 4 o'clock show, the temperature at City Airport popped up to 70 degrees. November 1st, and it's 70. Our normal high right now is only 56, so it's just so pretty outside. We're warmer than we were yesterday by about 7 degrees at Metro Airport, also in Pontiac. 8 degrees warmer today than it was this same time yesterday. But this same time yesterday, we also had clouds and a few showers out there as well. But nothing to worry about tonight. We'll have partly cloudy skies to mostly clear skies until midnight tonight. 52 degrees. Could be a little fog tomorrow morning, not quite as thick as it will be tomorrow night. We'll talk about that coming up in the forecast, plus the big warm up ahead for the weekend. That's next.
All right. Thank you, Kim. Convicted school shooter Nicholas Cruz was forced to listen to a series of emotional and angry statements from victims and the families of those he killed. A jury spared Cruz from the death penalty last month, instead recommending life in prison without parole. Cruz confessed to the mass shooting at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School that left 17 people dead. Relatives lined up to put their pain and their loss on the record. This woman lost her husband.
You stole him from us, and you did not receive the justice that you deserved. There is no mitigating circumstance that will ever outweigh the heinous and cruel way you stole him from us. You were given a gift of grace and mercy, something you did not show to any of your victims.
Now, although the judge is required to follow the jury's recommendation, the law allows victims' impact statements before the sentence is formally announced. So many people definitely want to speak. That isn't expected to happen, though, until tomorrow. Well, the damage left by Hurricane Ian in southwest Florida is being cleaned up now, but a Michigan snowbird has run into a surprising challenge with Comcast. So this is the deal. He got a bill he definitely was not expecting and then shared his story with Paula Tutman. And Paula, I know that you have some contacts at Comcast, and this really is a teachable moment for folks who use the service and the company itself.
Yeah, but also those Floridians and really anybody in Florida. So many of us do know snowbirds. Those are the Michiganders. They're not trying to get away from weather like today at all, but our usual Michigan winter weather. So they go down to Florida, and that's what makes Mr. Traeger's story so interesting, because his story could be any of our neighbors who are snowbirds. It was a slice of heaven for Wendell Butch Traeger and his wife Dixie. A Fort Myers Beach, Florida snowbirds getaway. Warm, tropical, good friends, and good weather there.
Weather was fantastic.
When the weather is bad here in Michigan. That is until Hurricane Ian. At 81 years old, he says he's not ready to call it quits yet, except for one thing. His snowbird home is a goner for him. He says his insurance companies have been great, utilities great, but he says the only problem he's had has been with Comcast, which sent him a bill for its equipment.
I talked to this lady and told her that I wanted to cancel service, and she said, okay. She says, but you have to return the modem. And I said, well, I don't know where the modem is at. And she said, well, where did you last see it? And I said, well, it was in my house. And I said, I can't find my house.
That equipment floated away in the ocean or is somewhere beneath the sand. Working with Comcast reps in both Michigan and Florida, Comcast Xfinity says it did make a mistake when communicating with Mr. Traeger.
The agent on the phone should have said to him, I see that we've already generated a bill that was already in process, that now you've called us. Please know I'm issuing a credit right now that's going to wipe out that balance, so do not worry about it.
What they want him and all snowbirds to know, and in fact anyone in the disaster, destruction, or damage zones, is that they will not have to pay for services or lost equipment as a result of Hurricane Ian. And in fact, if you have a bill and no service, they say they know.
We're going to know because the equipment is not ever going to talk back to us. So we're able to see, ping the equipment, ping the modem, and we see nothing.
And a fix is on the way.
So when it comes to our equipment, we're trying to take that out of their worry factor, and so you don't need to worry about it.
So I called Mr. Traeger this afternoon. He is super excited. He is off the hook. But what about all of our other snowbird friends? Comcast tells me they actually did send letters out a day or two ago. That's what they say, a day or two ago. You should be getting a letter letting you know that there is a credit on your account. But they do want to hear from you as well to find out whether or not you're planning on going back or if you're just calling it quits. But still, good news for our snowbirds on top of a whole lot of bad news. This is a small thing, but an important small thing because everything counts right now.
Appreciate you working on that. We appreciate it. Thanks, Paula.